Hello, everybody. It's another fabulous week, and this week we're going to zoom into the letter W. Remember, every letter has a special sound. Last week we focused on the letter P, and what sound did it make? P. And we've done lots of more letters. Make sure you're working on your letters, giving those sounds. Many of you, when I assessed you last week, you couldn't tell me those sounds. J says J, R says B says B, Y says Y, K says K, L says ul. Work on your sounds as well as your letters. This week we're going with W. So here we go. My W book. Let's see all of those great things that's going to start like Willie Weasel says woof, 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 woof. Okay? All right, here we go. My W book. Are you ready? Little W had a box. I will find things that begin with my sound, she said. I will put them into my sound box. Little W went for a walk in the woods. Walk, woods, begin with the letter W. She found woodpeckers and a woodchuck. Woodpeckers are a type of bird. Did she put them into her box? She did. Little W looked under some wood chips. She found lots of wiggly worms. Worms. In you go, she said. So she has worms, woodpeckers, woodchuck in her box. Little W walked to a well in the woods. She drank some water from the well. This may be a wishing well, she said. She looked all around the well. Guess what she found? It was a wand. Little W waved her wand and made a wish. Wand, wish. I wish I could find more things for my box, she said. So that was her wish. Just then, a weasel wiggled into the box as quick as a wink. A big wolf was after him. Weasel, wolf. Little W waved her wand. If you would be a good wolf, she said. She put the wolf into her box with the weasel, the woodpecker, the wiggly worms, and the woodchuck. The box was full. Look at how the animals are looking at each other. But she made a wish that the wolf would be good, and it came true. Little W found a wheelbarrow. Boys and girls, a wheelbarrow is used to carry things like people put dirt and rocks and things like that in there. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but it's called a wheelbarrow. Wow, she said. This is just what I need. Away they went, up and down a winding road to the water. A winding road. Let's wade in the water, she said. But the wolf, weasel, woodpecker, wiggly worms, and woodchuck did not want to wade. They did not want to put their feet in that water. They just watched. Well, said a walrus, you look wacky to me. You have funny feet. Walrus, wacky. You look wacky to me, said little W. You have funny whiskers, she said. Whiskers. Little W put the walrus into the box. The walrus winked at the wolf. Can you wink? Everybody give me a wink. There you go. Wink. Little W went back to the water. The wind blew the waves up and down. Then she saw a big whale in the water. I wish I could put the whale in my box, but the whale is too what, boys and girls? Too big. Absolutely too big. Little W waved that wand again and found a wooden cart. It was big enough for everything. Boys and girls, this wooden cart is like a wagon. She put all of her things into it and walked into a wall. Oh my goodness. What was behind the wall? Whoopee, said the woodpecker. He saw lots of watermelons. Watermelons. Do you like watermelons? I do too. Let's have a watermelon party, said little W, and they did. Now remember all the things that was in the story. Wolf, watermelons, wheelbarrow, wiggly worms, walrus, wall, woodchuck, woodpecker, water, whale, weasel, wishing well, and wooden cart. Lots of great things that begin with the letter W. All right, let's continue. Can you read these words? Say watch, woman, window, wallet, web, waffle, whistle, wig, willow, that's the type of a tree, windmill, and wheel all begin with the letter W. Lots of things that you see in our everyday world. World starts with the letter what? W. Excellent job. Where do you start your letters? At the top, at the top. Where do you start your letters? At the top, at the top. If you want to start a letter, then you better remember to start it at the top, at the top. Look, here we go. Uppercase W. Long line, long line, long line, long line. Let's do it again. Long line, long line, long line, long line. How about one more time? Long line, long line, long line, long line. It takes 4 long lines to make W. Okay? And many of you get W confused with M. W is looking up. M looks down. That's your clue. Lowercase w. Short line, short line, short line, short line. It has to stay downstairs. Cannot go upstairs. Short line, short line, short line, short line. And one more time. Short line, short line, short line, short line. W does not have any curves. So make sure when you're writing the letter W, we don't do this right here. That's not the letter W, boys and girls. Okay? All right. So now, let's look at our W chart. Here we go. Say watch. That's what you do with your eyes. Say watch. That's what you wear to tell time. Lightning words. Went, with, where, why, watermelon, window, water, week, wheel, and worm all begin with the letter W. And if you know other things that begin with the letter W, just like our book had plenty of things, share them with us, okay? All right, let's go ahead and get started with our activities for this week. You know, the first day we usually highlight a letter, right? So that's what you're going to do today. You're going to be W detectives. You're going to find all the W's here. You're going to trace W, long line, long line, long line, long line. Then you make your own. Lowercase, short line, short line, short line, short line. And then you make your own. Remember, quality work is the best work. There it is, boys and girls. Excellent job. You take your time. You can color in those lines. Yours will not look like mine. I don't expect it to, but I do expect it to be neatly done. Okay? All right, let's continue with our next activity for W as we move on. The next activity, you are going to trace. Actually, you're going to write, not trace. Uppercase W. Remember, stay all the way upstairs. They went very wide. You do not have to go that wide. You don't have, your boxes are not that wide anyway. All the way across, uppercase. All the way across, lowercase. That sentence says, the cat is very little. The cat is very little. Do you see those lightning words in there? The is little. The cat is very little. You are to write that sentence with quality. Beginning of a sentence, uppercase letter. We put space between our words and a period at the end to say that we're done talking or writing. What's missing in that picture? Of course, I don't see a cat. Do you? So you draw a nice picture. Where do cats usually live? Sometimes they're pets in the house, but most of the time we see them outside. Is that right? All right. So look at that. The setting of the story. The cat is very little. And there you see the cat. All right. Let's keep trekking this morning. Here we go. Let's do another W story real quick. And then we'll go to the next activity. W. Bert wonders why. Bert wonders why. Let's read about what Bert's wondering about. When I'm gazing at my window, I wonder why most things fall down instead of up, and why the birds can fly. So he's wondering. When grown-ups hurry off to work starts with the letter W, I wonder what they do. I wonder what I want to be. Do you wonder too? Wondering is another word for thinking, boys and girls. He's thinking about these things. I wonder where's the dinos went and what's in outer space. And how come Harry's kitty cat has whiskers on her face? Cats do have whiskers. I wonder why a whale's so big and why a worm's so small. Whale, worm. I wonder why some trees are short while other trees grow tall. Why does a spider spin its web? A doggy wag its tail? He's wondering all these things. What makes it snow in winter time? What makes it rain and hail? Now, if you want an answer, I'll tell you where to look. Okay, where do you think he's going to tell you to look? When you want to find out why, like Bert, where should you go? Let's find out. Walk over to the library. The answer's in a book. So boys and girls, it's important that we work on our reading. So he wanted to know different things. He wondered Y. And here we go. Next activity. Your next activity looks like this. Walrus in the water. Boys and girls, you're going to have circles to cut out and triangles to cut out, okay? You're going to trace W, make W here, trace some and make some here. You're going to cut those triangles out and you're going to make those, make the walrus's rest of his body right there. It's going to look like this. It's going to look like this. Okay? The two I had right there, they somehow fell off. But make sure, and you know a walrus, you see a weld there, is inside of the water. So make sure that's what you do, okay? All right, let's continue. We're almost done with what we're going to be working on with W this week. So let's keep it going. Here we go. Here's our book. W is for, what is this a picture of? It is a worm. You're right, it's a worm. There's a picture of a wagon. And we saw that in the W book a few minutes ago. A wagon. Those are beautiful wings. Wings. And boys and girls, what's so funny about this picture right here? The wings are on who? That dragon. That's dragon. Good job. Give me an I. I. You got your I. You got your I. Give me an S. S. You got your S. You got your S. What do we spell? Is. What do we spell? Is. That's your lightning word there. F-O-R spells for. Another lightning word, boys and girls, that we've been using all year long. O-N spells on. And M-Y spells what? My. So now let's take our pointer fingers and let's read this book. W is for worm. Do it again. W is for worm. Let's keep reading. W is for wagon. W is for wings. On my dragon. Dragon and wagon are our rhyming words. Make sure you circle the W's with a crayon on every page and the lightning words with a pencil. Color this book, read this book 3 more times, and put it in your light up bag. All right. Another W story real quick. Beautiful picture of watermelons on the front. Remember, when we read this book, the pictures are real because we call them photographs. Let's read. Watermelons. Wagon. Look at her little wagon. Watches. You may have a watch that you use to tell time. Walrus. Web. Beautiful pictures there. Worm. Wolf. And wink. I love how she winked. Listen to the W poem. Walrus watched worm go by. Worm winked and wiggled. Then Walrus waded in the waves, and there he waved and giggled. What are the rhyming words? Wiggled and what? Ha 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 ha. Giggled. Excellent. All right. We are going to work on this activity right here now, as we've done one with other letters before. Right here. You're going to trace W's, then you write some. Trace lowercase, write some. Here you circle W's, underline the words that have W's in it, and here you draw a picture of something that starts with a W, but it cannot be on this page. Say watermelon, worm, brush, wagon, flower, spoon. Say it again. Watermelon, worm, brush, wagon, flower, spoon. Did everything start with w? No, it sure did not. So you need to put on your thinking caps, say those words, lips the fish, get your mouths ready, and color those pictures that makes the sound. Make sure you're not saying w. W says what? Let me hear you. Excellent job. And Bub, there's quality work. There's quality work. And yes, I drew a watermelon without paying attention, but then I went back under it because watermelon was here and I drew waves. Okay? All right. Happy W week. Let's make it happen. We'll see you later.